Does everybody know what time it is? Did you say Tool time? Because you're wrong. It's Disney versus non-Disney villain time. And this is the, this is round 5. This is the CGI round. This is where CGI first came into play, and 3D villains, man, woo! And 73 women aren't as fond of them as with the 2D. So they only get very specialized times in the rounds. There are only a couple more in this season that are CGI, and then we get, I think we're not going to get any in Season 2 at all. And then Season 3 we're going to get a bunch, and actually G.A. Villain, the mastermind behind Disney vs. Marvel, is directing and editing the CGI rounds for Season 3, which is amazing because if you've seen Disney vs. Marvel, or if you've actually been on G.A. Villain's channel at all and seen his recent work, he is a master editor and storyteller. I'm not just saying this to flatter him, because I know he's watching. He's going to be like, you're just saying this to flatter me. But no, he's actually really good with story and with getting to know his characters and being passionate about them and, you know, editing the footage to look really good. So I'm psyched for that. Why am I talking about this? We are nowhere near that. Let's start with the biggest Henry Selick fest of awesome. Oogie Boogie versus the other mother. Like, it's so perfect. It's so perfect. I could not have asked for better. Ads, go away. The only Oogie Boogie fight that could have been better is actually done later. Spoilers, Oogie survives this fight, even though it doesn't look like it. That's really spoilers. I love both these two so much. Like, Coraline, I love the book. And while the movie is inferior, it's by a small margin. My bugs! My bugs! Yeah, I love The Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm one of those Tim Burton, aficionados. Oh yes, a bug escaped, meaning he survives. Yeah, I love them both. A Spider Needle Woman, what's not to love? Okay, here we have Syndrome versus Malthazar. Malthazar, if you're French. I've actually got, woo, that's funny. I've actually gotten crap on the forums for typing his name the French way with the D, because that's not how we refer to him here in the States. Sorry everyone, it's Malthazar. Or just the evil M. I love how they cheer to the beat. And this is actually of this dimension, because the 3D and the live action dimensions are actually like separate universes from the 2D universe. This is a huge plot point. And the team captains are Syndrome and Malthazar. When I first saw this, I was like, Syndrome better not lose, because I have no idea who this Malthazar guy is. And then I actually saw Arthur and the Invisibles. Well, I actually saw the European version, Arthur and the Minimoys, which had a lot more Arthur Selenia shipping, so I liked it better. And Malthazar's awesome! So now I love both of them, too. And Syndrome I've always loved, because he's actually, you know, he has the highest death count in New Zealand. He's really threatening. Here's where they actually made Otto awesome. Like, okay, I'll agree with 73 Women who hates Otto. Otto is not that awesome in canon. They made him awesome here. Like, I continually forget, every time I watch this, I continually forget that these are from separate movies. That he's not actually spinning Gasket round and round. Yes, this fight was, kind of cathartic for me, because I'm a long time a Bug's Life fan. Like, it was my favorite movie of all time when I was in the 2nd grade. I remember this. It was like my first fandom, my first obsessive fandom. And then when Ants came out, I knew that it was, you know, not necessarily a ripoff, but it was doing the dueling movies thing, and it was kind of riding a Bug's Life's coattails. I still haven't seen it. It's probably a good movie. It's just that I've never lost that grudge I had against it for coming out when there was already this wonderful movie about ants and their epic adventures that I loved. And so, you know, watching Hopper thoroughly crush General Mandible was beautiful. You know, I've read plot summaries, and Mandible is actually, he sounds like a formidable villain. I actually think I could respect him if I could just get myself to sit down and watch the movie. Oh, Kevin Spacey did such a good job voicing Hopper. Random aside. He's just so good at going psycho. And yeah, Hopper was my favorite Disney villain when I was in the 2nd grade. And, you know, even now, looking back, I can see why I loved him so much. He's got an awesome design. He's got a hair-trigger temper. He's got a really cool, you know, kind of backstory thing on how he enslaved the ants. Okay, moving on. Enough about Hopper, because we've moved on. Hail Galaxar! Zurg versus Galaxar. Okay, I like Monsters vs. Aliens, but I do not like Galaxar. I don't like how they played his evil motivations getting interrupted for last, because I actually wanted to know what his motivations were. So far we get nothing. The thing I like about Galaxar is his design. But that's about it. I don't dislike him. It's because there's really not much there to dislike. I apologize to all Galaxar fans. You're allowed to have your own opinion. You're allowed to have it be different from mine. I don't ever want to, like, insinuate that I am the goddess of opinions. Anyway, I thought it was really cool what they did with Zurg here, because, you know, they took the footage of when, in canon, Zurg's a toy. And, you know, they did, like, with Thrax. They made him a full-sized, fully powerfully equipped... I love this manip. You know, a threat. Like, he's not a toy. He's actually a galactic emperor. And he, again, goes on to be one of the hugest competitors in the entire war. I actually was not that big a fan of him, because I didn't watch Buzz Lightyear Star Command as a kid, and it's still on my list. I have to watch it yet. I forgot what the line was. There was a really funny line in Monsters vs. Aliens, like, oh, I guess I was wrong, and then kaboom, the countdown was right. Okay, now he falls through the portal into the 2D universe. And I was excited for this because it's the first time we actually got a TV series villain in on it, which the rest of them won't turn up till Season 2, which made Season 2 like this whole cavalcade of awesome. But yeah, I wasn't that into Zurg, so I never watched Buzz Lightyear Star Command. But then I was watching these with a friend, because I routinely try to get my friends hooked on this series, because I don't want to fangirl alone in real life. And like Zurg has, you know, the intel on everything. He also has the portal to new levels of consciousness. It's fun retroactively using that meme. Yeah, I sit down and watch it with one of my really good friends. And she gets all excited because she used to watch Buzz Lightyear Star Command all the time, and Zurg was like her favorite Disney villain. And so she's like, oh, I love Zurg! And so I kind of, you know, picked up her wave of love for Zurg, and, you know, then I became a fan of him vicariously. And from what I've seen, it's worth it. He looks like a pretty cool guy. So, yeah, that was our first venture into the new level of consciousness, known as, no, I will not stop spamming that meme, known as the first 3D CGI round. And with that, let's continue.